Today is the special election for Georgia's 6th congressional district, and there, as we reported on yesterday, you have Democrat Jon Ossoff in reach of victory over 16 other candidates. It's this big, raucous first-round election. Now, he can theoretically win it with more than 50% and just win, or with a lower amount and then it goes to a runoff in a couple of months where his odds go down a little bit. But this is an important election, but that's not necessarily why we're talking about it today. Go out and vote. But there's other stuff going on, and we want to back up just a couple of days to a weird coincidence that happened when 4 voting machines were mysteriously stolen in that district, right on the eve of an incredibly important, nationally significant special election. So local ABC affiliates reported that the equipment was stolen on Saturday evening while a precinct manager's vehicle was parked at the Kroger on Canton Road in Marietta. The outlet specified that the 4 so-called ExpressPoll machines were the computers poll workers used to check in voters and check those off who cast ballots. So incredibly important for running actual elections. And now the Secretary of State for Georgia responded to this, specifically that it took them a lot of time to actually let him know that the machines had been stolen. They sort of sat on it. So Brian Kemp said, "It's unacceptable that the Cobb County Elections Office waited 2 days to notify my office of this theft. We've opened an investigation. We're taking steps to ensure that it has no effect on the election tomorrow. I'm confident that the results will not be compromised." That is a sentiment that the people he was just attacking echoed in the Cobb County Elections Office, with the director saying that the stolen machines can't be used to fraudulently vote in Tuesday's election. Janina Eveler also said, "We have managed that so that there's what's stolen could not impact the election." So they're saying you can't use it to vote illegally. But theoretically, if it's what manages that people have already voted, then you could mark off a bunch of people who's already voted and caused a bunch of problems on election day. I'm not an expert, but that's my take. Now, they want you to feel like this is not a big breach of security, that it's not going to affect the results. But it is 4 machines that for some reason, days before the election, were just sitting in someone's car left on the road, which seems a bit suspicious to me.
Well, we don't know who did it.
What are they doing in someone's car in plain view? 4 computers.
I don't know. I don't know what they were doing there. I don't know if it was intentional or not intentional. I don't know why they didn't report it for 2 days. I don't know if it's a Republican or a Democrat or a random theft. I'd be like, voting machines. What I can get on the eBay for those? Not a lot. So you begin to, I have a sense that it was probably for a purpose because it's a very specific thing to steal, but we don't know who did it. But I do know that Republicans have an unfair advantage that when they do voter fraud, the Democrats are very reluctant to call it out. This happened on the eve of the 2012 election. There was a big scandal with Republicans getting caught on voter fraud. And Nancy Pelosi literally said, "We don't want to talk about it because it accidentally helps their Republican cause by pretending voter fraud is real." Now, in that case, it's
sort of ironic that.
Yeah, it's super ironic. So if a Democrat does it, which I literally can't remember a large case of it happening in the over 20 years I've been covering politics, okay? But the Republicans go nuts. They'll go find things that didn't even happen and be like, "Oh my God, look at this kind of thing where someone's registered in a couple of states." You're allowed to be registered in a couple of states. In fact, Steve Bannon is registered in several different states.
I believe Jared Kushner was multiple people.
Yeah, that's right. So, but if a Republican does it, the Democrats, as usual, are like, let's not point it out too much because we think it helps them. I don't, as you can tell, I don't agree with that at all. So it provides an extra incentive for Republicans to want to get involved, especially when they're losing in the middle of Georgia. But we really have no idea who took them.
Yeah, it's funny that like they talk about voter fraud. It's all these millions of votes being cast. Which, by the way, you hear Trump talking about that anymore? Said that after 60 days they'd have a report on the voter fraud that happened. All of a sudden there's no report. Weird how that works out. And so you're supposed to believe that the elections aren't secure because all these Democrats are illegally voting. But when the Republicans do the dirty tricks that they always do, that the Democrats vote on one day, Republicans on the other, or they send out fake information about where you're supposed to go to vote, that's not a big deal. Republicans don't worry about that stuff so much because of course it helps them. But in this case, again, we don't know who stole it. They're trying to reassure us that it'll have no effect on the election. But if it ends up that Ossoff gets like 49%, is anyone going to be confident that that couldn't have had an effect? That couldn't have been vitally important? I think there's a lot of reasons to be concerned until they give us far more information about what actually happened and recover the actual machines. Check them to see if they've been used.
Membership helps fund the Young Turks. You know one great thing about that? That means we're not accountable to anyone but you guys. That's why we're strong together, because we built this show around you. Come build it even bigger and better at tytnetwork.com/join.